Hi, Facebook friends and sister wives. This is Kenesha Berry sharing with you another episode or series, part three to the series, The Six Basic Needs. For those of you who have watched, by now you know your six basic needs are the need for significance, the need for safety, the need for love and connection, the need for variety, the need for growth, and the need for contribution. As human beings, we all share these six basic needs. However, from a day to day perspective, oftentimes most of us are driven by two of these needs, meaning that our decisions, the things that we're doing in our day to day life, we're always on some level trying to get two of these needs met. Perhaps maybe one more than the other, but usually it's two that maybe drive us from day to day. At some point, we are always seeking to get every need met at different times of our lives. If you watched the early videos, you'll know that my two most significant needs are the need to feel significant and the need to feel safe. Today, I want to talk to you about the third need, which is the need for love and connection. A lot of people think that love and connection are the same things, but actually you can feel love and not connected, and you can feel connected but not love. So I will say to you guys that this is my husband's, like one of his number two needs. His two needs is the need to feel significant and his need to feel love and connection. So my experience I probably share would be from not so much myself, although I do, like I said, at some point, we all need to have all these needs met. So there is definitely a need in me for connection, but it's not quite as high on the list as my other two. So the need for love and connection, what does that look like? Typically, many of us, we just need to connect to people, or maybe connect to a community. Some of us find that connection in our family. Some of us find it in our friends. Sometimes we find it in our church family. Those group of people who perhaps make you feel celebrated, where you fully feel like you are your best self when you're connected to these people. Or the need for love. Of course, we all know love, what love is, what it feels like, the pure joy of being maybe the apple of someone's eye, or the feeling of knowing that no matter what, I got you or you got me. That type of love. So you can have maybe that type of love with someone, but somehow maybe don't always feel connected. Like I said earlier, love and connection is my husband's one of his most driving needs, and because of that, and because we've discussed that, I try to be attentive to that. Because in the past, not knowing that about, he didn't know that about himself, and I certainly didn't know it. Being an only child, and although we've been married for a lot of years, I will withdraw. I do tend to pull back. I enjoy spending time to myself, by myself, and I have to be conscious and aware that even though this is super comfortable for me, that I'm ignoring people that I care about that are very important in my life. Sometimes I be honest with you guys, I can't even do it with my children. I just kind of get in a me zone, and I don't mean to, but it's comfortable. I guess I find my own self significant, and that's enough for me. So learning about these needs, it helps me speak to him more. I'm intentional about checking in. I'm intentional about trying to meet that need for him. Ways to identify your need for love and connection. Again, get by yourself. Think about, what does that mean to you? What does it mean to feel love? What does it look like? Is love for you feeling significant? Is it celebrate? Like I used to have this saying about being celebrated. Do you feel celebrated? Does that make you feel love? Also, what makes you feel connected? Is it being a part of something greater than yourself? Is it just hanging out with your friends, knowing that they're there for you? But truly knowing that, and knowing if this is something that is driving you to make those decisions. My husband shared with me that when he doesn't feel connected, oftentimes, like he finds other ways to connect. So like some people, when they want to connect, they may drink. because either way, you're still connecting. You're connecting with yourself, but you may be connecting to the alcohol, so you're not completely conscious. But at least there's something. There's that something that's there for you. People who have addictions, and I spoke about that earlier. When we are not feeling connected, we're gonna find a way to feel connected. So maybe it's okay. I'm feeling isolated, or I'm feeling lonely, and I go shopping and I connect to the experience of being out and buying myself something that's special for me, and that makes me feel somehow either connected or special. Knowing what that is, what is that that's driving you, being able to identify it, being able to speak it, and being able to make decisions like, okay, I'm not feeling connected. What are some healthy things I can do to feel connected? Or what are some healthy ways I can feel loved? Or how can I express that to my husband or my partner to say, babe, I know you love me, but it doesn't feel like love because we haven't spent time in a long time, or you haven't done that special thing that I like for you to do that make me feel loved. So love and connection, truly, getting in on that, truly understanding that. I'll share with you guys, when we lived for a short time in the Middle East, I had a group of ladies that we did a lot of things together, and I felt so connected to community there. And to be honest, I hadn't really had that feeling before. I had it a little bit in college, but when I was in the Middle East, I mean, we were so connected. We created things together, and I love creating new things. I'm a graphic designer by trade because I think I love starting with nothing and having something. Well, these women were those type. They love like new ideas. We weren't, they were the type, we didn't need anyone's permission to create something new. So I felt so connected for the first time to these women. We would just call each other up. Let's do poetry. Okay, where we going to do it? Let's do it on my roof. And we would just make it happen. Let's have a girls' day. Okay, where are we going to do it? We're going to do it at my house, and this is what it's going to look like. Just that camaraderie, we threw proms for the teenagers there. We got together and did photo shoots, and it was just any little thing to be creative in this small community, and we just came together and do it. And that was one time in my life I felt so connected to people, without a doubt. And that is when I really learned how important connection was for me, because like I said, being an only child, I don't always need it, and I didn't even always know how to identify it. But I remember one time thinking like I didn't want to leave this. I didn't want to leave this community because I wasn't quite ready to give up that type of a connection. So ladies, and gentlemen, if you happen to be watching, if your need is love and connection, learn what it looks like, learn what it feels like, learn how to feed it, in a positive way. A lot of men get addicted to pornography because they have a need for connection, and strangely enough, a lot of the research I've done, they connect somehow. They can start almost connecting to the images, but can't connect to a real woman. And I know some women struggle with that too. But same thing with alcoholics, is that it's a numbing. I don't feel loved, I don't feel connected, so I need to find something that I can connect with, and the alcohol is always there, or the drugs are always there. Because you don't need the drugs' permission, you don't need the alcohol's permission, you don't need them to participate. They're always right there ready to participate. So let's find out what it is that is driving you. And if your need is for love and connection, connect to, what do you do to go get it? Are you the type that all it takes is a guy giving you just a little bit of attention? And so because you're so needy for connection and you don't know what that is, you try to make like every guy's a possibility for a husband. Every guy shouldn't have that opportunity in your life. Some men just aren't that worthy of you. You are worthy of more. So check into his character. But if you find yourself oftentimes in these relationships or in these situations with new people, and you kind of cling on really fast. I meet some sisters that do that. They meet a guy, and within a week they're like, this is my man. And then in a month, there's no relationship. And it's like, what happened? Maybe that need for connection is what they're feeding, and they're feeding it in a negative way. And because they can't identify what the need is, this looks like it. So this is why it's so important to identify your needs. So again, today's need we're talking about is love and connection. Find out what makes you feel connected. Find out how you feel loved and start speaking that and start living that. This is Kenesha Berry. You can contact me at cblifecoach09@gmail.com. Or you can find me on Facebook at Very Thoughtful Life Coaching. Also, look for my new book, Think Your Way to a Better Marriage. And it's not just for married people. It's a great book for singles. It's one of those books I wish I had years back because, again, it helps you to identify who you are. And the better person you are for yourself going into a marriage or into a relationship, the better you're going to be in that relationship. Have a wonderful day. Hope to see you guys on the next series. The very next one is variety. We'll talk about variety. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.